Hello everyone and welcome to Tipsy. If you're new to this channel, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button for new post notifications and updates. And for more details, do not forget to check the links in the description of this video. Without wasting any much time, let's dive directly into our today's episode. In our today's episode, we are going to be introducing you to top 5 soccer prediction sites that you can actually explore for your betting picks. And of course, this is episode 1.2 of this top 5 prediction site. So actually, the first in our list today is actually Bettingtips.today. If you come here, Bettingtips.today, this is how the front page of the site actually looks like. Here on the site, if you come to this section that says predictions, you can actually click on predictions and you'll be taken to predictions on this site. Of course, when you are actually being navigated to the prediction sections, what you are actually going to see, you are going to see predictions based on different criteria. Here you can see that you have betting tips like 1x2, which means the home or away to win. You have over 2.5, you have both team to score, correct score, accumulator, and other these categories that you can see displayed here. And of course, you can also choose based on date. For example, you can choose based on tomorrow. If you click on this headed button, you are going to see the next day. If you click again, you will be taken to the next. And this is how you'll be taken to, based on displayed, you'll be displayed matches based on the date. So let's come back based on today, Sunday, the 13th. So we are here. Let's see what we have for today. So if you come here, you can actually see that this England Premier League, they have 6 matches here, and all of them have actually been predicted. If you want to see the prediction here, you can actually either you open in a new tab, you can right click and open in a new tab, or you just click this area that says tips. Just click on it, and you'll be taken here where you'll be able to see the tips of that match. So here, for example, you can see here, this is actually the tip here. Statistic predict a full-time result of 3:1. You can see it here. You can see it here. Statistic predict a full-time result of 3:1. So you can see the analysis suggests over 2.5 goal in this match and a yes for both teams to score. So you can see that the winner is likely to be, you can see Southampton. You can see that they have a lot of predictions here. All these predictions are actually here. Of course, you will not just come here and just pick any, or you just pick them and include them in your best slip. The best thing to do is, for example, they say this statistic predict is going to end as 3:1. In other words, it means that the home team is going to win the away team 3:1. And you have over 2.5. So the best thing to do before making a decision is to actually use a third-party site that has a standing table. You can use site like SofaScore or other site. There are a lot of sites online that you can use that has a standing table for you to compare these matches. So you can come to this kind of site, for example, like Bet Explorer, where you can see standings based on, you can see a standing table that will be able to show you the home and away performance of every given team, the form of that team, and other categories or criteria that you can actually use to analyze matches before including them in your slip. And of course, when you are actually here, you can see this is how this prediction this match has been predicted. If you come back here to the front page, what you are going to see, other listed matches that have actually been analyzed, other listed matches that have been predicted here. Here, when you actually here, you can scroll down again to the bottom, and you are going to see other matches that have actually been predicted. So here, when you come, you can actually also choose categories like under or over 2.5, and when you click on it, you'll be taken to this section where you are going to see categories based on the under or over 2.5. So when you are being taken here to this section based on under or over, here you can see that here you can see under and under and under and over, you can see them. So when you click or choose on any choices, like for example, open in a new tab, you'll be taken to this section where you have other predictions. If you come here, even though it was analyzed as over 2.5, you can see that there are other predictions and statistics like 2:1, You can see the winner is likely to be this. You can see and other analysis. Of course, for you to make a decision based on these predictions, you need to use a third-party site that has a standing table that will be able to show you the home and away performance of every given team before you can actually include them in your slip. When you do so, you actually increase the winning chances of your bet when it comes to this. So let's go to the next and we see what we have for you. So the next actually is Bettingtips.today, and this is how the front page actually looks like. When you are actually here on this side, of course, you have to come to this section that says football tips, and you have also other categories like accumulator tips. And if you come here, for example, and click on this football tips section, you are going to be taken to this area. Of course, when you are actually here on this area, what you are going to see is all the tips that are actually here on this side are actually on the left hand side of this side. You can see like prediction on the left hand side. So when you are actually here, focus on the left hand side here of this side where you have predictions that are actually have been submitted here. So if you click, for example, this area that says predictions, click on the prediction area and you'll be taken to this section. When you are actually here, what you are going to see, if you scroll down, you are going to see the predictions of that match. So here you can see right at the bottom, Dunte, you can see Dunte versus Ranger betting tips and prediction. What do they have? Rangers to win by 1 goal. Rangers to win and Bolton to score. So these are actually the predictions that have been predicted. So this is the prediction of that match that we have actually choose. And if you go back to the home page if you go back to that area where before as this left hand side predictions, you can be choosing each and every one and opening them on a new tab, and you can choose all of these teams that are actually here. And when you choose them, when you come here, make sure to scroll right to the bottom of the page, almost right to the bottom of the page, and you are going to see the predictions of that team. So when you're actually here, for example, like Arsenal versus Leicester, make sure that you have to scroll right to the bottom of that page and you are going to see the predictions. You can see over 1 Arsenal goal and over 0 Leicester. This is cut. You can see over 3 Leicester corner. You can see they have different predictions here. And of course, when you come to this kind of site, if you also look at the right hand, you see these predictions are also here. So when you come here and see predictions like this, as I've always said, please do not just choose and include them in your bet slip without using a third-party site that is able to show you the standing table where you can analyze and if they meet your criteria before you can include them to your bet slip. When you do so, your betting chance or winning chance is going to increase. So this is how we always do. We don't just come and choose matches and just include them because it has been predicted on this side as, of course, what we see. And it's always a good idea to know that the predictions that are actually on any given site are never 100% accurate. For you to make sure that you increase their accuracy level, of course, you must use a third-party site or any site that is able to show you a standing table where you can analyze the home and away performance before coming to a conclusion if you are going to choose that tips, whether it is over, under, or whatever tips that they have. If they meet the criteria based on your analysis before you can include them in your bet slip. When you do so, your chance of winning is going to increase. So the next in our list today is actually Fedinco.com. Of course, this is how the site actually looks like, Fedinco. If you come to this site, this is how the front page looks like. Here on this side, you also have tipsters that are actually here that predict matches and submit them to this site. You have predictions, you have tips, you can see these categories here. So if you come to this area that says prediction and click on predictions, you'll be taken to the prediction section. But even at the top here, you have other criteria where you have football. See, if you come to this football section, you have football tips for today, football tips for tomorrow, weekend football tips, today's prediction, accumulator tips. Select any category that you want. For example, football tips for today. Let's go for that. If you click on that area, you are going to see football tips for today. So scroll down, this is today, and you'll be taken here. Here you have Arsenal and Leicester. You can see the tips, the odd. You can see the home and away probability performance. You can see the info. You want to view tip, you have to come to this section that says view tip. Make sure to open in a new tab or click on it directly, and you'll be taken to this section where you'll be able to see the tip. Here you can see the tip here. Here you can see these are the points, home, draw. You can see it here. So if you come, these are the preview. Let's try to go. Let's see what's your prediction. Arsenal to win. You can see there are actually votes here that people can actually also vote, and based on the vote they can also use it to see how the analysis prediction can be. So let's go back to the top here. You can see that Arsenal at home. You can see other criterias, and this is how they use this analysis to actually make their tip. So if you come here, recommended betting tip for Arsenal, you can see their recommendations. You can see here you can see match prediction. These are the various tips that they have. The first tip is draw. The second is Arsenal to win or draw. The third is under. You can see both teams to score. They have a lot of predictions here, and you cannot come to this kind of site that have different predictions. And you just, you have to make sure you analyze them and go for anyone that suits your criteria or need based on the performance of home and away after it has been analyzed. So let's come back here to the front page where you have other tips here. You can click to view tips, each of them, click to view tips, and you are going to see the various tips that they actually have. So if you come back, based on if you want to tips that have over or under, you can actually click on it, and you now be displayed matches based on the criteria that you have actually chosen. So you can see now, base here, you can see now these are under tips now being displayed to you, under and over. You can see them here based on the category that you actually choose. Based on the category that you have actually choose here, you have full time, both team to score tip, double chance, super tips, and you have other like picks, and so these are actually the different category selection that you can actually choose and go to make sure that you pick your own selections, analyze, and include them in your slip. Here on the right hand side, you also have like hot football tips. You can see if you click on the hot football tips, you have best betting, you have short tips for today, you have football tips, daily ACA tips. You can choose also criteria or categories based on the right hand selection that are actually here. So you come, for example, on the hot tips for today, you are going to be displayed all the hot tips for today. So this is how this site looks like, and this is how you can actually pick categories, and only the criteria or the categories of what you have picked will actually be displayed to you. So if you're actually on the hot football tip section, give it a wait, and the hot football tip section will be displayed to you. Of course, when you visit this site, this is the same thing you are going to see, and the categories that you can pick. Of course, you can actually also go follow this as we have done, and you'll be taken to all this category section, and these are actually the hot tips that we have displayed for us. You can see they has been filtered. So let's go to the next in our today's video. We have betshot.com. Of course, this is how the home page of this site looks like. Let's give it a wait. Of course, the home site, the front page of the site looks like this. When you are actually here on betshot.com, actually here we have categories, other categories at the top here section. We have ACAs, we have bottom to score over 2.5, we have corner, and based on the category that you are going to choose, of course, is going to be this matches of that category will be displayed to you. And you can see that also here we have tip stars that are actually here that submit tips. You can see tip stars here. You can see the name of the tip star by Dami, for example, by Zuka. You can see these are tip stars that submit tips to this site, and you can see them being displayed to you. So today, football betting tips. If you come more to the bottom, you can see that football accumulator tips, bottom to score tips, over 2.5 goal tips, corner tips. You can choose whatever category that you want. For example, let's come to this area that says football accumulator. You can open in a new tab, or you can click directly to it, and you'll be taken to that category section. So when you actually come to this category section, you can see today's Sunday, 13th of March, you can see these are actually, you can see them. Like these are teams that have been predicted here. You can see like Brest versus Marseille as 2, which means the away team. Gent versus Saint, you can see it, the home team. You can see this one, the home team. You can see Basel Servette over 2.5 goals and put him to score. So you can see when you click that, you see that category. And when you come to the next one here, you can see just below the bottom of it, you have both team to score tips. If you click to it again, you'll be taken to the both team to score tips that have actually been submitted here. You can see here they submitted this today. You see they had 4 submissions here, and all their submissions were accurate. Most of the submissions were accurate except this men's versus lens. So this both team to score tips, like both team to score tips, are not a good idea to go with. Rather than taking both team to score, it is good to go for over 1.5 goals or over 2.5, because both team to score, a team can go for, you can choose both team to score and one side of the team end beating the other one 4-0. You have lose because the other team has not scored. So it is better to go for over 1.5 or 2.5 to stay on the safe side. And this is the next category, over 2.5 goal tips. When you come here and click that category, you'll be taken to this section where you see over 2.5 goals tips category. You can see like to Sunday, you can see this tip. You can see all the over 2.5 that was predicted here was success. Even on the Friday 11 match, it was also success. So you can see. So you can come here, pick matches, go and analyze them, and if they meet your criteria or what you are looking for, you can then include them in your best league. So the next in our list today is actually ProTipstar.com. Of course, when you come to ProTipstar.com, this is how the front page of this site looks like. Here on the site, you have this area that says football. You can come to this section that says football, click on this football section, and only football categories will be displayed to you. So let's try to click on this football section. When we click to it, then we can now try to browse. Okay, so only football section will be displayed to you. So when you are actually here, you can see that we have upcoming events in football today, tomorrow, and the other days that are coming ahead. So you can see these are actually tips. You can see on all or each of these, there are tips that are here that have been submitted here. You can see them written in bold. 16 tips, 7 tips, 1 tip. When you come here, for example, the one that has tips on them, you can just click on it and you are going to see the tip, or you open in a new tab and you are going to see that tip that has been displayed. You can see when you come here, actually, you can see it here. Glasgow City to win. You can see handicap. You can see Glasgow City versus this. You can see it here. The tips, you can see it here. Tip score 1.2. You can see Glasgow City LFC win. You can see the prediction is here. Let's go. You can even see preview, venue, and other statistics and other informations that are displayed here on this page. You can see it. You have statistics, you have active, you have bet tips. Let's go back to the site. Let's go back, and if you come to this next one, it's 174 tips. If you open on a new tab, you'll be taken where you see all those tips that will be displayed to you. And if you have those tips displayed to you, for you to make your choice, of course, you have to make sure that you first of all analyze, and any of the tips that meet your criteria, then you can include them in your slip. For example, here, both teams will score in the match. This is the first tip here. You can see the next one, Arsenal versus Leicester City. You can see the tips tip score here 2.5. You can see the next one, tip score good. You can see the next one here 6.6. You can see the match will be a draw. There are a lot of tips here, and of course we don't need to go for all of these tips. What we need to do is to make sure that we use a third-party site like Bet Explorer or SofaScore or other third-party site that will be able to show you a standing table where you can actually analyze the overall performance of the team, as well as the home and the away performance of that team, the form and other criteria put in place. Then you can actually decide what to go for. And of course, these are actually the best 5 that we have for you today, episode 1.2. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for new post notification and update, and see you again in our next episode. Do not forget to check the links in the description of this video for additional details. Thank you very much for watching, and see you again in our next episode. And now I know my heart is a gold.